There's a moment where you had some hesitation about Epstein, releasing some of the documents on Epstein. Why the hesitation?
I don't think I'm not involved. I never went to his island, fortunately. But a lot of people did.
Why do you think so many smart, powerful people allowed him to get so close?
He was a good salesman. He was a hale and hearty type of guy. He had some nice assets that he'd throw around, like islands. But a lot of big people went to that island. But fortunately, I was not one of them.
It's just very strange for a lot of people that the list of clients that went to the island has not been made public.
Yeah, it's very interesting, isn't it? Probably will be, by the way. Probably.
So if you're able to, you'll be...
Yeah, I'd certainly take a look at it. Now, Kennedy's interesting because it's so many years ago. They do that for danger, too, because, endangers certain people, et cetera, et cetera. So Kennedy is very different from the Epstein thing. But, yeah, I'd be inclined to do the Epstein. I'd have no problem with it.
It left some lingering mysteries. One of the biggest ones is whether he ever worked for a American or foreign intelligence agency. The former Labor Secretary, who was Miami U.S. Attorney, Alex Acosta, he allegedly said that he did work for an intelligence agency. So could you resolve whether or not he did? And also, could you say why there was a minute missing from the jailhouse tape on the night of the staff?
Yeah, sure. If I could...
Could I just interrupt for
Sure.
a second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is...
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Mark my words, true seeker. Mark the Messiah's words and the Most High's. The truth about the land being here in Utah, it's going to come up in conversations just like this Epstein matter is. And you're going to see the snakes start to slither and squirm and try to deviate and misdirect the conversation. And you'll know right then and there that they've been telling you nothing but bullshit this whole time. And I've been telling you the truth this whole time. Just like I've been telling you the truth about that slimy, sleazeball, orange buffoon you've been kissing the ring of. All these wicked acts that have been done in the dark, these lies, they're all going to be exposed. The question is, what kind of person are you? Not even what kind of a believer. What kind of person are you that you stayed silent to these things you know are happening and that are true? You stayed silent to it. You haven't took the time, put in no effort to open the Word, to look in anywhere, Wikipedia, whatever, look for the evidence to see if what I'm telling you is the truth. What kind of spineless person does it take? And I'm not trying to be a jerk here. I don't call you a fiddle because I hate you or I have animosity toward you. I'm doing it to try to ignite a flame under your ass to get you to start to open your eyes and take a look around and realize that you've been living in a false reality. Look what the Messiah says here. And that on the good soil are those who, having heard the word with a noble and good heart, retain it and bear fruit with endurance. This truth, all the truth, just forget about where the land is, about all the stuff I've been trying to tell you about Trump and all the politics and all that stuff. What about how the whole Bible, all of the Bible, tells you that you must come in and come out? You must partake in the feast days, and that's the only peace. And that in the end time, whoever is in the house on Passover are going to sit down in the rain, and the rest who ignored those commands are capiche. They're going to be gone. There'll be no more of those people. What about all that, all the truth that's in the Word that tells you that? You haven't even took the time to look into that. You still are living in this fairy tale fantasy land where you think you're going to be zapped up into the sky someday, where nowhere in the Word does it tell you that. You not only have you not retained that word whenever you've heard me speak it and other people, you've let it bounce off of your forehead. And if you wondered why I keep beating this same drum, and you think, man, he's so repetitive, he talks about the same thing over and over and over again. There's nothing else to talk about. No one, having lit a lamp, covers it with a vessel or puts it under a bed, but he puts it on a lampstand so that those coming in see the light. If I'm anything, I'm like a guy in a movie, in like a movie where people are getting chased by like the bad guy, and then all of a sudden, miraculously, a guy like steps out of like a tunnel and he says, "In here," and he waves the people to go in there to safety. That's what I'm like. I'm standing here with a banner. The Most High says that when his disciplining is upon you, that's when you'll cry out and lift up a prayer, and you'll start to look for this answer. And he's talking specifically about what I've been trying to tell you, that this is Sion and that you better get your butt here on the feast days. Otherwise, you need to shut up about everything you've been talking about, because it's all a facade. It's all for show. If you don't have any intentions on doing anything with the word when you hear it, you're just a poser. This is all just a big game to you. All these things about Trump, these fiddles, that tomorrow, when they cause a big distraction to happen, like Iran getting bombed or the economy tanking, which will happen because they need a big distraction right now from this Epstein stuff. It's going to happen. Within about a week after that happening, all these MAGA fiddles, they're just going to forget all about how Trump showed his whole ass in the last 2 days. And he's been doing it. You guys just haven't wanted to admit it. He's a slithering serpent. Nothing more. Whatever is hidden shall be revealed, and whatever is secret shall be known and come to light. Therefore, take heed how you hear. For whoever possesses, to him more shall be given, and whoever does not possess, even what he thinks he possesses, shall be taken from him. Be careful how you hear if you're a true seeker. You've heard this truth coming from me. Yeah, we can debate whether it's true or not, but not until you go pull up the facts, pull up the evidence to prove me wrong, which none of y'all has taken the time to do. So you haven't been careful how you hear. You've only been hearing what you want to hear and doing nothing with any of it.